Sure, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q1 FY21 earnings call for Coal India. It's a pleasure to host Shri Pramod Agrawal, Chairman and Managing Director of Coal India, for this call. So thank you very much. And I would, before much ado, I would hand over the call to Shri Pramod ji for his opening remarks, which would be followed by a Q&A. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vishal, for hosting this con call. I was expecting that in this month at least I would be able to travel to Mumbai and to meet all of you physically, but then this COVID situation doesn't look like improving. But I wish that after third quarter we should meet physically so that there is more closer interaction with all the investors. Q1 was rather tough in the country, as we know that from 20th March onward, things started deteriorating, and from 21st March in West Bengal and many other areas of the country, local lockdowns were declared and local curfew were declared. On 22nd, there was a Janata curfew, and from 25th onward, general clampdown was declared and general lockdown was declared. So our dispatches started getting affected from the last week of March, but then in April, May, it was severely affected. Cumulatively, overall in first quarter, our dispatches were reduced by 22%. But if we compare it with the degrowth in the GDP was also down by 23.9%, and power demand also reduced by somewhere near 25%. Coal-based power reduced by 25%. So naturally, the demand of coal also reduced by 22%. Though our production did not reduce that much, and our production reduced only by 11.61%. This was mainly because we were carrying a large stock of about 75 million tons. So we were trying that the coal stock should not increase any further, because that leads to deterioration of the quality of the coal, and that has got negative impact otherwise also, because there is likelihood of local oxidization and catching of fire by the coal. And it has happened in the small places, one or two places, small places, not in a larger manner, but then there was risk of coal catching fire. Hence, we tried to keep our production subdued. But our OB removal increased by about 11%. So overall excavation, even in first quarter, was up by 5%. Situation started improving in July, but unfortunately in July we faced a general strike for 3 days, and because of that, our production and offtake slightly suffered, and in July the production was down by just 3.1%, and offtake was down by 6%. This trend completely reversed in August, and our production started increasing at the rate of 7%, and offtake also improved by 9%. In August, OB removal increased by about 36%, and overall, if we see from January to August, the overall excavation has increased by 11%, because our OB removal has been substantial, and this will help us to ramp up our production in coming months. I am quite hopeful that all the demand of the coal of the country will be, to a large extent, will be met by Coal India, and our production will definitely increase in coming months, and we will see a very positive turnaround, positive results in the third quarter. Because the demand, the way it has increased in August and September, the way it is again in the last 2-3 days, the demand has increased. So I am quite hopeful the results will be much better. Because of all this thing, our profit was reduced from PBT reduced from about 6,000 crores to 2,800 crores, and PAT reduced by 22,077 crores. Thus, in PAT there was a decrease of about 55%. But I am happy to note that our cost per ton reduced from 1393 rupees per ton to 1360 rupees per ton. This 3% reduction, despite the fact we paid all the contractor labor, despite the fact that we didn't reduce the salary of our general workers. So we borne all all the expenditures, but at the same, and the production was less, yet the cost of production per ton reduced substantially. That indicates that our cost controlling measures were slightly effective. We will further try to improve our costing so that profitability can be increased. In this regard, we have already taken a decision that about 23 mines, we have instructed that these mines which are very unproductive and where the cost of production is very high should be closed down. And I hope if these mines are effectively closed, even if we pay the labor all their dues without asking them to work, we will save something like 500 to 600 crore rupees. But net impact will be much bigger because many of these laborers will be transferred to places where they are required instead of continuing at the same places. So something like that we will keep on doing, so that similarly we have closed down we have instructed that 3 washeries which are very unproductive and which are very old should be closed down in coming months. We are in the process, so the impact will finally be available in the next quarter. So that is the physical and financial achievements. Besides that, last time I had indicated that by September end, our 35 FMC projects will be tendered out. I am happy to inform you that out of the 35, 31, 32 have already been tendered out, and the other 3, as I promised that by September end they will be tendered out. So they will be put to tender. So they will also be put to tender. One will be done in another 2-3 days, and the rest I will try that next 2 are also put to tender in next 15 days. Besides, we have identified 14 more projects on phase 2, and they will be put to tender in due course of time. We have prepared timelines for this project, and all these projects will be completed by 23-24, and this will help us in meeting lot of to increase the efficiency of our production in evacuation, and secondly, in reducing the whatever environment pollution etc. are created, and whatever criticism that Coal India is facing will be reduced substantially. Today the mechanized evacuation is done only of 150 million ton, but if all these projects are completed, we will reach the mechanized evacuation level will reach to 650 million ton, and which will be a very quantum jump. This will be one of the most effective and fruitful investment that Coal India has made. We have identified 21 railway lines which will cost 3,515 crore rupees, and these lines will be completed in a town-bound manner in next 5 years. We are planning that most of this would be tendered out in next 6-7 months. We have always been talking about the rail project. We are closely monitoring those rail projects, and Tori-Shivpuri line, the third line, has been sanctioned by CCL. The DPR with estimate of 894 crores is under the approval of CCL. Once it is approved by the board, the project for tripling of this project will start. Jharsuguda-Barpali-Sardega line, the DPR is under preparation by the railways, and once I expect that within this one for 45 days, they will submit the DPR, and once that is done, then the doubling of line will start. We have already given the in-principle approval, and we have deposited 58 crore rupees with South Eastern Railway to prepare the DPR. So this is one project which is, and in this project, all the land-related issue has been resolved, and some of the embankment works have also been completed. So completing the railway line should not take much of time. Another issue was related to CERL, in which there was some problem with Pelma-Spur, and there was some objection from Chhattisgarh government and Mahagenco. We have resolved the issue. Now all have agreed that they will share, and another alternate, if required, alternate alignment will be found so that this project can be completed in another 1.5 years. There was some issue with IRCON in CWRL, which was again resolved, and financial closure has been done. And in this railway line, 2 packages of civil engineering work for the complete length of the line of 135 kilometers have been put to tender by IRCON, and so now this project will also move on. About the projects, I wanted to inform that we have approved 52 projects costing more than 500 crore rupees each, or having capacity of 3 million ton. out of these 52 projects, 41 projects are following their timelines and 11 projects are slightly delayed. But delayed projects or ongoing projects, most important thing is the most of the projects, the total output today, is as per plan, and I don't have right now the figure that how much they are going to produce ultimately, but then when they are completed, they will produce, whatever they are producing today is basically that is as per target. So production-wise, we are not delayed in these things. These are the 2-3 project-related issues which I wanted to highlight. Then safety, I don't want to take much of credit, but भगवान की कृपा इसी तरह बनी रहे, यही कहेंगे. Last year we had 29 fatalities. This year it has reduced to 19. This is a substantial achievement, and in a year or two we'll like that because of mine accident nobody should die. For creating awareness among the workers, we are now preparing small video clips, and to all the workers we are trying to send those video clips, and once or twice in a month they get this video clips about the accidents, how the accidents are happening, and what can be done to avoid the accidents. And I feel that is generating a lot of awareness among the workers. We are targeting about 150,000 workers right now. We want to achieve all the workers within another month. And this safety awareness will definitely help us in reducing our accidents and fatalities. For environment work, which is very critical, because we always face some criticism that in the environment front we are not doing adequate, but I like to inform that last year we planted about 19 lakh plants over 800 hectares of the land. This year our target was to plant 18 lakh more saplings over 735 hectares of the land, and out of this 18 lakh, 14 lakh have already been planted, and so we will definitely, these plants will definitely help in improving the environment in the area in which we are working. These plants are over and above what we do for forest in form of compensatory afforestation. We have installed 23 continuous ambient air quality monitoring stations, and we are installing 20 more this CAQMS. So with the help of this, in most of the areas we can continuously monitor the ambient air quality, and we will know that if there is some problem somewhere, we can take effective steps to control them. Besides that, we have hired NIRI Kolkata to study the benefits of the mechanized conveyor system and silo loading system in coal loading and transportation, etc., so that we can know how the money that we are spending on first mile connectivity of creating CHP, etc., what would be the impact of that on the environment. We know that it will have a very positive impact, but then it will help us in quantifying the quantifying the impact that it will have. In this COVID situation, CIL and its subsidiaries have been working very hard to help the state governments and central government to mitigate the impact and to help the people who are in distress. In this context, CIL has deposited about 221 crore rupees in PM CARES Fund. Out of this, 60 crore rupees was the contribution from the employees. Besides, NCL has contributed 20 crore rupees to Madhya Pradesh CM Relief Fund. SECL has contributed 10 crore rupees. CCL has contributed 20 crore rupees to Jharkhand State Disaster Management Fund. CIL has supported 20 crore rupees to West Bengal Disaster Management Authority, and CIL has also contributed 20 crore rupees to Maharashtra State Disaster Management Authority. Besides, CIL and its subsidiaries have distributed at the time of distress about 3 lakh packages of food to the migrant laborers and other people, and we have tried to support to provide drinking water and food to almost all the trains that were passing through our area of operations, so that the people who were traveling could get some food and drinking water. For medical support also, we are very proactive, and in 35 hospitals that we have in our areas. We have identified about 1,200 beds only for COVID. Central Hospital in BCCL Dhanbad is supporting the district hospital there. Similarly, CCL Ranchi, Central Hospital at Ranchi, Gandhinagar Hospital, and the hospital at Naisarai is providing continuous support to the state government in fighting the COVID-related issues. Mahanadi Coalfield Limited has created 500-bedded hospital at Bhubaneswar. SCCL has supported in creating, upgrading 2 district hospitals at Bilaspur and Sarguja to support the state government in fighting the COVID. Besides, we have taken many more steps in distributing the face mask and sanitizer when the things had earlier started. Now the things have become very common and people don't need all those supports. But at that time, all the support that SCCL provided, Coal India provided was very critical for the society, and it was appreciated by all. For improving our working mechanism and to improve the processes, in the last 6 months, we have held many conferences with vendors and our customers, and we have continuously improved our systems. Actually, in the last 6 months, we have rewritten all the 3 working manuals, that is work manual, the CMC manual, and that is purchase manual and contract management manual. And this will help us in implementing our projects more effectively. Similarly, on the side of the customers, we have introduced the concept of user policy, and in that also, we have made the systems very simple and straight so that customers don't face any problem. One problem that we have been facing was related to receivables. Although the receivables are very high compared to what it was at the March end, but in July and August, we are seeing a reversal. In July, our receivables reduced by 500 crore rupees, and in August, it further reduced by 1,700 crore rupees. So, positive trend has started emerging, and as I had mentioned in the last conference, that from October onwards, situation should improve significantly. I am quite hopeful that from October onwards, our receivables will start reducing drastically. Thank you very much. I have taken quite some time in introducing the subject, but then many things were done, so I thought that I should brief the House before I take the question. Vishal, can we start with questions?
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Amit Dixit from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. I have 2 questions. The first one is on the sales target. As per the annual report, the production target for us is 710 million tons for FY21. But I believe, have you revisited this target? And if possible, can you let us know the subsidiary-wise target for FY21?
You are right. We are thinking of revisiting. We have proposed to the ministry that the target should be revised because the way things have been in the last 5 months of this fiscal year, it would be very difficult to achieve 710 target. So we have revised the target to 660. And 660 uska target manga lijna inke paas hoga. I don't have right now the targets of subsidiary wise, but I'll get them and I'll tell you in due course.
Sure, sir. I will get them offline. The second question.
SCCL is 172. ECL is 52. This BCCL is 29. This is I'm just trying to recollect from my memory, and this BCCL is 29, CCL is 74, NCL has 113, WCL is 60, SECL is, as I said, 172, and MCL is 160. So this is the revised target.
Okay, very helpful, sir. The second question is on e-auction premium. I understand that till September we have actually foregone any premium that we would charge. But now things are on an uptick. So is there a plan to revisit this particular strategy?
The e-auction, we are not forgetting the thing. The issue is the market, there was hardly any demand. So we reduced the base price in order so that we can be more attractive and there's at least some offtake. As you know, there was offtake was less by 22% in first 3 months. Even if there is a demand and we keep a base price at low level, it doesn't mean that we are making any sacrifice, because if there is demand in auction, the prices will go higher and then we will get that premium. I am happy to inform that in August there was an average premium of 9%. So that demand is increasing, so the prices will definitely increase. Means auction price will definitely improve.
But we are keeping the base price at the similar level.
No. We will review it in September and let's see how the things pan out, because in July there was more, we were more hopeful that the way the economy was picking up, but in August then again there was slight slowdown. Means the pace that was created in July could not be sustained. I'm talking about the general economy, although coal demand has increased in August further from July, and in September it is still higher. So let's see how the demand comes. If there is adequate demand, so we can even think of increasing the base price. So we had decided that by September end we will take a call, and that we will review it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. I have a couple of more questions that I'll come back in the queue. Thanks and all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Jain from Systematic Shares and Stockbrokers. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thanks for taking my question. So one is on your contingent liability. So, for example, I was just going through the annual report. So we've seen a surge in the income tax related contingent liabilities, and the total number is now quite large, much more than our net worth. Just wondering, what are your thoughts on this?
Contingent liability is not an account of income tax, mainly not an account of. There are 2-3 main issues on contingent liability. First is there was some violation of mining EC, etc., because in certain places we produce slightly higher coal than it was, and it is long there. So the contingent liability because of that has been created in state of Jharkhand. They raised the demand. In Chhattisgarh they didn't raise the demand, but that is there. But we are quite clear that it is unlikely to have impact. But since the orders are there, we are fighting it out, and the competent authority has put a stay on whatever the demand that Jharkhand government had raised at the highest level. There was discussion between our minister and the Jharkhand chief minister, and I think that in coming months something should should get sorted out. Secondly, there was issues related to income tax also, but then income tax, most of the liability which we feel are due have been cleared in the last tranche of Vishwas Se Vishwas scheme, but there are certain cases in which they have completely disallowed the cost incurred on removing the overburden, which I feel is completely unreasonable. So in many cases we have won that cases, but some cases they are still pending. So we are trying to sort out. So, but those liabilities are not something which are, to my mind, are likely to create any problem for Coal India.
Right. So how much was the amount paid in the Vishwas scheme?
4,750 crore rupees, but that is more like an advance rather than, because we feel that even that much is not due.
Right. And sir, we also are diversifying significantly. So how much is the amount expected to be spent on fertilizer projects and also on the NLC JV this year?
NLC?
on the solar and I think thermal JV that we have proposed?
I will give that. The first thing is on fertilizer project in TFL, we are supposed to invest something like 1,000 crores.